Good morning students. Today we are going to discuss an important topic of electrostatics, which is Gauss theorem. Now what Gauss theorem states, or we can say what it gives. Actually Gauss theorem in electrostatic gives us a relation between the electric flux through any closed surface, which is also called Gaussian surface, and the charge enclosed by that surface. It states that the electric flux passing through any closed surface is equal to 1 upon epsilon naught times the charge q enclosed by that surface. Means mathematically it can be written as, if phi is the total flux, then phi is equals to integration E dot dA, which we have studied earlier. This is called electric flux, and it is equal to 1 upon epsilon naught times the total charge contained by that closed surface. Now in this class we will discuss how the result comes, and epsilon naught is here the permittivity of free space. Now we are going to prove this Gauss law. For this I have made a diagram here in which we are considering a positive charge plus q, which is situated at O inside a closed surface which is A. Let there is a point P on the surface of this area, and the area element the distance of P from O is R, or OP is equals to R. We can represent the area vector by dA for this reason. Now suppose E is the electric field intensity at point P due to charge positive Q at O. Then the direction of electric field intensity will be away from positive, means it will be the direction of E, and this is the direction of area vector. Suppose that the electric field vector makes an angle theta with the area vector here. Now we want to find that how much electric flux will pass through this small area dA. Let it be d phi, then d phi E equal to E dot dA, and because the theta is the angle between them, so d phi E is equals to E dA cos theta, where theta is the angle between E and dA. Now we know that E equals to 1 upon 4 pi epsilon naught q upon r square. This is the electric field intensity due to a point charge, as we have discussed earlier. Now substituting this value of E in this equation, we will get d phi E is equals to q upon 4 pi epsilon naught dA cos theta upon r square. Now but we know that dA cos theta upon r square is equal to d omega, which is the solid angle subtended by this area vector at point O. So dA cos theta upon r square can be written as d omega. and d omega is the angle subtended by dA at O. So d phi E equals to q upon 4 pi epsilon naught and t omega. This is the flux emerging out from this small area which we have considered, which is equal to dA. Now we want to calculate the total flux emerging out from this surface. Then what we have to do? We have to go for integration of this d phi E. For calculating the total flux, we will integrate it, or we can write it as phi is equals to q upon 4 pi epsilon naught integration d omega. Now we know that integration d omega is equal to 4 pi, because the solid angle subtended by the entire surface at point O will be equal to 4 pi. So substituting the value of this d omega as 4 pi in this equation, we will get phi is equals to q upon 4 pi epsilon naught and 4 pi. 4 pi will cancel to 4 pi. So we have proved the Gauss law, q upon epsilon naught. This is the value of total flux emerging out from this surface. This is the result which we have to prove. Now let us considering another situation. If this closed surface contains more than one charge, then how we will calculate the total flux? Let there be, suppose there is a surface which contains q1, q2, minus q3, minus q4, etc. Then how this formula will change? As we know, the charge is additive, so the formula will reduce. Phi E is equals to integration E dot dA equals to 1 upon epsilon naught times the total charge q1 plus q2 minus q3 minus q4, or it can be written as 1 upon epsilon naught sigma q, where sigma q is the algebraic sum of all the charge enclosed by that